What you're about to hear is a reconstruction based on court records, guild statutes, and tax rolls from 1320s England. The man at the center of this story is not famous. He left no name. He was a grain merchant in a small market town in the English Midlands. 1 week, 50 miles, 8 toll gates, 1 shot to turn a profit. This is what that week looked like from the inside. Monday morning, before the church bell rings, I'm already awake. The air smells of rye, my own grain, what's left of last season. I have 12 shillings and a cart with 2 oxen. My goal, ride north, buy rye from 3 farmers I know. Carry it south to the Michaelmas Fair at Coventry, and sell it to millers and bakers before they find a cheaper source. Simple, right? It never is. The first thing I see outside town is another merchant's cart, stuck. He bought too heavy, 400 pounds of barley on 1 axle. I pass him without stopping. I can't afford to lose an hour. By midday, I reach the edge of Lord Beaumont's manor. There's a man sitting on a stool with a wooden box at his feet. He doesn't need to say anything. I already know what this is. Toll traverse. A halfpenny per axle to use his road. I pay. He lifts the bar. I move on. 3 miles later, another man, another box, another halfpenny. This is pontage. You pay to use the bridge. The bridge is barely wide enough for the cart. I cross slowly. By Tuesday evening, I've paid 5 separate tolls. 5 different lords. 5 different reasons. 1 journey. I make camp near a stream. Oxen drink. I eat bread and salt fish. I check my grain sacks. Feel for damp spots near the stitching. 1 wet seam. I cut it open, spread the rye on a cloth to dry. If it goes to mold before Friday, I lose the whole sack. Wednesday morning, I reach the first of the 3 farmers. His name is Robert. He owes me. I lent him seed grain in March. The debt was settled in rye at March prices, not August prices. August prices are 30% higher. That's my margin. I load his rye carefully, 160 bushels. Or rather, 160 bushels by my town's measure. Here's where it gets strange. A bushel in my town holds 8 gallons. That's the Winchester standard. But 3 counties east, the same word, bushel, means 10 gallons. The same word. A different container. A 25% difference. This isn't an accident. Every lord set his own standard for his market. It's a trap, and it catches newcomers every time. I know the local measures by heart. 3 years on this route. My second farmer lives 12 miles further east. His bushel is 9 gallons. I factored that in before I left home. The difference, 1 gallon per bushel, is 40 pounds of grain across my load. 40 pounds I buy at local price and sell at Coventry price. That gap, that regional inconsistency, is part of my business model. And I'm not alone. Every merchant on this road knows the same trick. It's not cheating. It's geography. Wednesday evening. I'm near the outskirts of a village I know. There's a farmer I don't have a contract with, but I know he has surplus. I could approach him now, before he brings his grain to market. Buy it cheap, before the market sets the price. There's a word for that, for stalling, and it's a crime. Not a minor infraction, a criminal offense since 1351. The law says grain must reach the open market before it can be bought. Buying it early, on the road, drives up prices for everyone else. I know merchants who were fined a month's income for forestalling. I keep moving. Some risks aren't worth taking. Thursday, 2 more toll gates before noon. Pavage this time, a toll for using a paved road inside a borough. The road is smoother. The oxen move faster. It's worth it. 8 tolls total since Monday. I've spent 14 pence. That's almost a full day's wage for a laborer, just to move grain. And I haven't reached the market yet. That's stallage, the market fee. You pay to stand at a stall. Per day. Per cart. Thursday evening. I park outside the city walls, near the livestock pens. The smell of cattle and wood smoke. The noise of 300 merchants. I find 2 men I recognize, grain merchants from the west. We share bread and talk prices. What's Coventry paying for rye this week? 14 pence a bushel. Last year it was 11. I paid Robert 9 pence in March. I will sell at 14. Before tolls, before stallage, before spoilage, that's 5 pence margin. After everything, closer to 2. 2 pence per bushel. 160 bushels. That's 26 shillings and 8 pence, if nothing goes wrong. Something always goes wrong. Friday, market day. The gates open at sunrise. I stake my position early, near the mill entrance. Millers come first. They buy in bulk and they know quality. A miller reaches into one of my sacks, takes a handful. He rubs it between his palms, brings it close, smells it. Then he bites a kernel, nods once. Slow. What's your price? 14 pence. He offers 12. We agree on 13.5. I've done this before. Then I see him. The garbler. A city licensed inspector. He walks the market with a sieve. His job, open random sacks, sieve the grain, check for adulterants. Dirt, broken kernels, weed seeds mixed in, confiscation. No appeal, no warning. He can seize your entire load on the spot. The merchant 2 stalls down has a problem. I watch the garbler shake his head. Open a second sack. Third. The merchant's face goes gray. His grain is wet. The garbler marks his stall with chalk. No sales from that cart today. I look at my own sacks. The one I dried Wednesday night. I open it myself before the garbler reaches me. Dry, clean, a little stiff, but dry. The garbler reaches my stall, dips his sieve, shakes it, looks at me, moves on. By Friday afternoon, I've sold 140 bushels. 20 went to the sack I couldn't save, bought back by a pig farmer for half price. I count my coins that evening inside the city wall inn. The total, 21 shillings and 4 pence. Less than projected. Better than last year. That merchant, the composite figure from these records, wasn't operating in a free market. He was operating in a regulated one. Every inch of it controlled, by lords, by guilds, by the crown. 8 tolls, a licensed inspector, illegal to buy before market. Even the unit of measurement was a political act. And yet, the grain moved. The bread got baked. The market worked. Not despite the rules. Around them. The merchant didn't fight the system. He memorized it. He knew which bushel was smaller, which lord took tolls on Sunday, which garbler arrived early, and which came late. That knowledge was the product. The grain was just how he carried it. Every market, even a modern one, is a web of rules, written by people who benefit from them. That was true in 1320. What surprises you most about this? The tolls, the measures, or the garbler? Tell me below. I read every one.